everybody.
Johnna Dee is a fantasy romance writer who has 3 series out. Initially, her creative journey began with poetry. That's where she honed her skills in crafting evocative and lyrical verses. As her passion for storytelling grew, she ventured into the realm of novels, weaving intricate plots and enchanting worlds that transport readers to extraordinary realms. I can hardly wait. Johnna, over to you.
Hello. So I am reading a snippet from Crest of the Fallen. I'll be giving away either a shadow edition of the book or the regular edition of the book with some book swag. Sorry, there's dogs. So this book is about a halfling. She's half fairy and half vampire. So let me start. Faya sat in the corner trying to stay hidden. She was trying to be as small as she could be. The house was dark except for the flickering lights coming through the windows cast by the flames of other buildings burning. She could barely see her mother, Elita, who was a few feet away. She felt the warm blood dripping from the wounds in her neck. The wounds stung from where the vampire had sunk his teeth into her delicate flesh. She clutched the wound with her hand, trying to stop the flow of blood from draining out. A burst of flames lit up the room, showing as her misty green eyes saw the horrors in front of her. She watched the vampire draining the life from her mother, her blood dripping from his chin. The light slowly left her eyes that were as green as her own. In the 7 years of life, she had never experienced anything like this before and wasn't sure how to fight him. In the doorway lay Oren, her father, his blonde hair stained crimson red from the pool of blood he laid in. A huge gash slashed across his throat where the vampire had ripped it open. He tried his best to fight off the vampires, but he was not a warrior. He was simply a farmer. It had not taken long for the vampires to take her father out. She looked at her father's prone body, his blue eyes glazed over, staring vacantly through her. She looked up as the vampire came towards her, blood dripping down his chin, his white shirt and tan pants drenched in the blood of her family, her clan, and herself. Her lips quivered as tears welled up in her eyes, because she knew she would soon cross over and be with her parents. She tried to suppress the sob as fear clenched her chest. She was not ready to die. Her eyes never left the vampire's face as he approached her. She stared deep into those eyes, as black as midnight, as he continued to walk. Suddenly, the vampire stilled. His black eyes grew wide. Faya flinched as she glanced away as the sword pierced through the vampire's chest. As the sword was withdrawn from his heart, the vampire fell to his knees. A Fey warrior stood behind him, dark red blood dripping from the sword to the ground. To mix him, the blood splattered across the floor. The warriors had finally made it to Faya's village and her family's hut. The Fey warrior stood there covered in blood and cuts, his brown eyes weary. She doubted he noticed her before he ran out of the house, never looking her way. It did not matter, though. She knew it was too late for her, as it was too late for her parents. Her family was dead, and she had been bitten. They would not let her live. And that is part of the first chapter. She does get a romantic partner, but it's not him. And yes, so this is the shadow book. It's black and white. And then here is the other book, the regular edition copy. So I do have both of them available to choose from to whoever the winner is. And then they'll get some bookmarkers and other swag. And that's it.